Welcome back, guys, welcome back. YouTube is back on. So today we are going to go through a low volume leg day. And before we actually get stuck in, I'm going to do a little bit of an update. So off-season update / whatever update, full-on update. So we'll kind of go with the full-on update status. I'm just going to send Alex over pictures I want to get up on the screen for you all to see how things are looking. We have come to the end of the off-season now. I'm 2 weeks into my health phase, and this is where we are at a crossroads where I know for a fact, for me to get the next bit of progress I will need to reset. So the plan of action for foreseeable future, first and foremost, is the health phase. I'm 2 weeks in now, and I've got another 3 weeks left, and then some blood work, assess the blood work, and see if we get the green light to get the creatine back up, if you all know what I mean. Those who don't know, you do know. Those who don't know, you'll get to know one day. Now, it's pretty simple. Throughout this phase, guys, we are going to start the diet from tomorrow. I have to start from a Monday. Today's Sunday, so it's not appropriate to actually do anything midweek or make any changes. When changes do come about, it has to start from Monday. So we're going to start tomorrow, and the plan is to bring my body weight down by about 25 pounds to 30 pounds. Now, me taking 30 pounds off where I am now, that's going to put me in a, as Jordan would class, a lean position, which is exactly what I need to take my body weight back up, because the next push-up is going to be a final push-up before actual prep starts in 2024. So I really need to make sure that the next time I get back up to 278, 280, it is even tidier than it is right now. And as you can see from the pictures that Alex will get you up now, the look isn't bad, and that's pretty much a peak all-time heaviest and all-time best at 278. So that's the way I've managed to hold the past couple of weeks, even in my health phase. So right now I'm at a point where, from a training perspective, I cannot train as hard as I know I physically can, or recover just as well as I can, just down to being heavier and needing to have that break from stupid amounts of food. You can see my top-end macros here that Alex will show you on the screen. And as you can see, food is very, very high. It's the highest I've ever ran food consistently for over a period of time, and it's the longest I've ever stayed this heavy for as well. Looking back now at my check-ins, I've been around 275, 278 for 7 to 8 weeks. So it's definitely been a slog, and I think my body is ready now to drop a little bit of stress so I can climb back up and have a good bit of progress set in place coming back up. So pretty simple, guys. You cannot just gain indefinitely. You are going to get to a point where you need to reset. Same again when it comes to guys using cycles. Like, I see people having no breaks. Like, you will get to a point where your body needs to drop some stress inflammation. And generally, when you know that time comes, is when your body's literally had enough and your body doesn't get the right response anymore from a performance standpoint, and more so from the visual changes that you see as well. So you need to look out for these signs when you know it's time to pull back and reset and then go again. And this is exactly the signs that I've seen a few weeks ago. So, all in all, 32 weeks I've spent in a surplus, and 25 weeks actually actively pushing my body weight up. My start point post-show was around 230. The off-season started at around 230, 235, and we took our body weight all the way up to 278. So, when you look at my lowest point in prep and where I am now, it's like 50 plus gain, 52 pounds of body weight gain with still reasonable condition. So I do think we've made a good amount of progress. However, it's still not enough. I know that for a fact. It's never going to be enough, but we're definitely on the way to where we need to be, and we're definitely on the way for bringing a more competitive package each and every single time I step on stage. So I think that's the key. I'm a realist, and I know what my expectations are for myself. I'm not going to be Mr. Olympia. Let's face it, come on. Like, anyone knows whether they're going to be that 1% or not pretty early into a training career. But that does not stop me doing what I love. So just be mindful of that, guys. Try not to compare yourself to others, and especially the guys that are, at top of the game, because realistically, you're not going to be that guy. However, just because you're not that guy, it does not stop you from giving your best fucking effort to be the best version of yourself. Write that one down, motherfucker. Yep. Okay. Focus. One sec. My bad. Come on. Yep. Fucking hell. So we're gonna have a very short session today, relatively to what it is compared to normal session. As running these sessions on purpose, like I always say, we're still getting productive working, but just on a scale that we can actually recover from, which is huge when it comes to long-term progression. Just like I mentioned earlier, when you take your body weight up, you can only take your body weight up so far before you have to reset. The same thing with a training block. You can only go for so long before you need a reset. Actually, Dorian Yates posted a great fucking picture of what he did back in day. Every 6 weeks, he would have a deload week. And now, all the people say we overcomplicate shit. We don't, we just do the same shit Dorian used to do, just with different terminologies, so, fuck you. Ready to work after this now? Perfect. Come on. Yep, there you go. Right. How's that? Magnificent. Yes, sir. Last warm up done. And it's game time. Fucking hell, these are grippy, aren't they? Grip. Very good. Harder body straps. Called Kuba. You know. Oh. It has been niggling my knees a little bit, so we will see. A couple of warm-up sets will definitely generally dictate whether I can do this or not. So. Okay, here we fucking go. got to be the deciding factor if I can actually work with this or not. So far it feels good, so fingers crossed. Now, one thing I want you to understand is, don't just be married to one idea of training or programming. If something is not feeling right on any given day, don't be afraid to adjust your programming to suit and do what you can actually do. Now, one thing I always tell clients is, you can only eat what you can digest. And then secondly, I always say, you can only do what you can recover from. So don't try and bite off more than you can chew. Whether it's a movement or extra training volume or even extra training frequency, you've got to play your card smart so you can have longevity in your push-ups and training intensity across every single session, not just one off. I know it's just going to be all knee if I do it. Oh, yes. Motherfuckers. Oh. Strong. Come on, yeah. Oh, yeah. Back. That was pain-free completely. Yeah. Apart from my quads, that was a successful set. Now, when you look at both of these hack squats, they're actually very similar in angle. Apart from this one, it actually has a longer pad that supports your lower back too. So, that plus the adjustable platform, longer handles, does make it much better, but using Cybex is just more of an ego thing for me. It's an iconic piece of equipment. So for me, using it, it's always like the bragging rights. If you can do 7 plates for reps, which I can do, you're fucking legit. Hopefully one of this piece gets into legendary status. Like, as much as I love Cybex, when I get on gym leg curl, as you could have seen in that set, like, I can literally sink my quads and just literally sink my hamstring into my calf to the point where I come away from the set, my calves are fucking painful from the actual stretch that I'm getting through that much knee flexion. So it's a great option. This is why I love my gym, because there's a like for like choice, 5-6 different machines every single time. So, you know, we've got 6 different ellipses, 5 different hack squats, 2 pendulums. You know, it's well equipped. Couple of warm-ups, let's go. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yep. I went with 13. Good. Come on. Leave it there, leave it there, leave it there. What's up? Knee or what?
Just fuck ahead. I just knew there was...
What's that, fucking reps in reserve?
What? You fucking joking to fucking kilos.
See that face then? Did you see that face? He was upset then. He was fucking fuming. So he had precisely 3 reps in reserves there.
Go. Yep. Yep. Nice. Here we go. Yes, that's the
Rack.
No.
I only did 11 reps last time, so I'm actually 1 rep up, which is very nice. I'll take that. Definitely take that. Happy days. Realistically, I could have squeezed another one out maybe, but deload day. So we've got to pace ourselves. As Dorian said, got a week of less training volume. Not quite less intensity, but definitely not taking the reps that we know are going to be 50-50 reps. Next rep would have been a 50-50 rep, 100%. After completing sessions like this, you should never really feel battered. After sessions like this, you should actually feel half fresh. You should feel like you've trained, but not to the point where you're completely wrecked. So that's the whole point of obviously having these sessions in these weeks. To drop fatigue, get your body ready for another hard push. Not just continuously be half in, half out. You have to be all in or all out across anything that you do.
There you go.
So we're not going to do a full working set on the split squat, but we're going to do a set just to keep some skill acquisition there.
You want to go slightly right on those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're super accurate. Split squat, calf. The session's wrapped up. So the number of direct working sets that we have today is literally 6 working sets, plus the half working set of the split squat and 1 working set of calf, which calves will never fucking count. This is the ultimate intra-workout formula. 25 grams of MPS max, and then 80 grams of performance fuel, 50 grams of sustain, which brings us up to a very hefty dose of carbohydrates and calories. It's pretty much like having a meal, intra. I'm not going to ramble on too much about deloads, guys, because I've covered it many, many times. But like I always say, your perception needs to change towards these weeks. When I speak to clients about deload weeks or devolume weeks, I'm not telling you to back off intensity. I don't want you to not train hard. I just want you to train with the volume amount that you can recover from. That's literally all it is. So all you are doing throughout these weeks, you are just adjusting your volume up and down. to match your recovery capabilities at that given time. Because if you're going in the gym and you're running with training volume that you cannot recover from, it's just not productive. So you have to be smart, and you have to do only what you can recover from, not what you can do. Because if we're all going in the gym and doing what we can do, we'd be here all fucking day. Right, my guys, that is a wrap up. Session complete. 6-7 working sets total. Short and sweet, but still extremely productive. Now, like I mentioned earlier, don't be afraid of shifting your programming to like-for-like movement. With me, this training program I've ran for 32 weeks now, and I'm not going to deviate from this training program until I start prep. And even then, I'm literally going to run the same thing with just adjustments to certain exercise selection, literally chopping and changing movements in and out that are like-for-like movements. Why? Because that's all I need. This program ticks every box. Don't try and look for novel exercises or novel training splits. Unless you are the 1%, you don't really need a body part specific split. Realistically, 99% of people watching this, you are going to lose a show out of being too small. You're not going to lose a show out of a missing body part. That is a fact. So be mindful of that, guys. I will love you and leave you on this beautiful note. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, support the channel. Take care and peace out.